So welcome back to the coverage here of the Super Combined contest here at the World Para-Alpine Skiing Championships here in Tarvisio. It's 2017 and the World Championships well underway. In fact, you can pretty much say this is exactly the halfway point. 5 competitions for all 3 medal groups in both the men's and women's events. And we are halfway through the Super Combined event. Event this afternoon, and that is the order that they will go in. Slowest time from the morning's Super G run will go first in the far more technical slalom event this afternoon, and Stacey Manella will have the honour, distinction or unfortunateness, depending on what you want, to go first. Sadie DeBown is her guide. So Stacey and Sadie will make their way down in around about 4 minutes' time. Fitzpatrick, Sana, Knight and Fakasova will be the rest of the running order. Henrietta Fakasova of Slovakia getting the fastest time in this morning's session. It's about -6 outside, so we've had worse. It was -12 right at the start of the competition on Wednesday, should I say. So as we head into a new week, slightly warming up here. I think I've read that about -3, -2 will appear Monday and Tuesday. That we will wait to see. There's a little wind, 6 kilometers knocking around. And it is, as the weather says there, it is very sunny, although that will start to drop behind the mountain anytime soon. It's warm at the top, but here at the foot of it, the sun just dropping behind the trees itself. And up there, as you can see, they're still getting some sunshine. That is the start, and the first time we'll have seen a start for a slalom in this competition, and that is some 964 meters above the ground in terms of altitude. There's actually only a vertical drop of 147 meters in this slalom run. So remember, the 2 times are combined. The one with the fastest accumulative time wins the event. It's pretty much that simple. Once again, if you want to follow us, you can do. Use the social media apps, which are Para-Alpine. That's for Facebook, Twitter, and of course Instagram as well. So keep sending your shout outs and messages through at Para-Alpine on Twitter, and use the hashtag Tarvisio2017. If I don't answer you, I'm sure the people behind the scenes using the at Para-Alpine will answer your questions should you have any. A great first session with the Super G event this morning. A few surprises here and there. Maybe not so much in the women's visually impaired category. That just about went to plan. So Manella, Fitzpatrick, Sane, Knight and Fakasova. So the lady that won the Super G on Thursday was quickest down the Super G course this morning. Millie Knight, after a downhill success, will go second to last. Just having a quick look through some of the other events that we've still got to come here as well. Marie Bochet looking in superb form again this morning in the standing classification. She's ahead of Alana Ramsey and Andrea Doftus. In the sitting event, Anna Schaffelhuber leads Momoka Morioka and Claudia Losch, who did well to keep her run going after an error halfway through, but she was still 3rd quickest, still in contention, but a good 5 seconds down nearly on Anna Schaffelhuber. The 4 runners will be coming in just a few moments, so don't worry, you're not missing any of the competition, but some of these guys just running through the course. Sure everything is as it should be. In the men's visually impaired competition this morning, well, local favourite Giacomo Bertagnoli leads the way, 105.75, and it's a good lead as well from Mac Marcuse. Got the speed doubles down, but the more technical elements here in the slalom to come on Monday and Tuesday. Can he pull something out of the bag to get himself a decent time in this second run and try and catch Bertagnoli? Have to wait and see a bit later on in the program for that one. Jakub Krakow, he's in third position with Kevin Burton of the United States in fourth in that visually impaired category. At the men's super combined standing event, well, a whole host of spills and thrills a little bit earlier on. Marcus Salka,
forerunner,
putting in a performance that was superb early doors. He had the quickest time, 104.90. But Arthur Bochet, just 16 years of age, already got 1 silver to his name. He's in the mix as well. And then the sitting competition, well, double figures for DNFs in this one. But Corey Peters of New Zealand, 106.12. Christoph Kunz of Switzerland, 106.70. Just 7 100ths in front of the Netherlands, Jeroen Kampschur, and Roman Vrabel of Austria in 106.99. Meant there was much less than a second splitting the top four. Taiki Mori on 107.38, and Suzuki of Japan as well, 107.91. Might not want to discount themselves either. So you again see the forerunners just coming down the slope at the moment. We will start the competition action very, very shortly. So get yourself settled. Once again, if you want to get in touch with us, you can use the hashtag Tarvisio 2017. Again, we'll be expecting Stacey Manella of the United States to come out first. Menna Fitzpatrick with Jennifer Keogh as her guide. Elena Sana with sister Chloe Sana. Millie Knight with Brett Wild. And Henrietta Farkasova has Natalia Subatova as her guide. And that action is not far away from taking place. Once again, for information on all para sports, including winter sports, more specifically Alpine sports in this instance, you can go to www.paralympic.org/alpine-skiing. Don't forget, tomorrow is another training day, so the action resumes on Monday and Tuesday respectively. That is the giant slalom and slalom. This is just another forerunner coming down. For those of you new to the sport, this is not part of the competition yet. The course just getting a bit of a work through. And, obviously the slalom course here was quickly put together at the end of the Super G run this morning for the Super Combined. Slalom course has 46 gates, of which 44 are turning, as you would expect. So lots of twists, lots of moving around, and that's the technical element that we'll talk about throughout. All of a sudden, a real workout for the body, moving those skis or the monoski if it's the sitting event from side to side, really having to dig in and turn to make the gates. The rules are simple: miss a gate or straddle it, you're out. It's as simple as that here. Both skis must pass on the inside of the gates. You'll see a lot of the competitors hit the gates with the upper parts of their body, even the thighs or knees, to maneuver them out of the way and keep as tight a line as they can. So once again, Manila, 1:19.05 from this morning. The two times be combined from both of their runs. And the competitor with the fastest time wins gold, silver and bronze, so on and so on. So just the final touches being put to the course. There you see what the athletes might witness on their way down. That is the bottom of the slope. Spectators gathering here, and it's good to see lots of flags from varying countries at the foot of this mountain. Yeah, a lot of support for Jon Santacana, Spanish flags. The Austrians have been well supported here as well. A few Great Britain flags knocking about at the foot of the mountain as well, but certainly a lot of support for the Italian team that are here, and Battagnoli a little bit later on might just be able to give them something huge to shout about in that men's event coming up. So again, as we make the final preparations here, these aren't the final preparations for the athletes, of course. Obviously, the Winter Paralympic Games taking place in PyeongChang in the early part of 2018. As you can see, some of our lovely spectators here down by the finish line. Obviously, we've moved from Sochi and we've gone off to the Republic of Korea. The third time the Games will be held in Asia. And both of those beforehand were held in Japan, in Sapporo and Nagano, 1972 and 1998. So PyeongChang has the distinction of being the third host nation from Asia. A few test events starting to take place in the coming months as well. All the guys down there at the finish line can see themselves up on the big screen. It's been a rather party atmosphere at the bottom of the run. But at the top, that is Stacey Manella of the United States of America. To the right, with the letter G for guide. See, it's not just thrown together. The letter G for guide is Sadie DeBaum. The orange bib, and she will be talking to Stacey all the way down here, instructing her on how to best navigate all of the gates through the gate markers themselves. Of New York gets this second part of the Super Combined contest underway. Manila following down, as you can see on your screen, through the tree line here on the course. And again, 46 gates to navigate, and it's tough. And then this visually impaired medal group. Direction from your guide is paramount to how you make your way down successfully, and Manella's going okay. Weaving in and out as she crosses the line, and well, her time is a combined time of 2:07.92. So Manella sets the marker. Menna Fitzpatrick of Great Britain, 18-year-old from Macclesfield. Needs to find something big here if she's to win a medal. She's already ahead of Manella's time, but that's not her main concern here. It will be trying to catch up with Fakasova, Knight and Sana. It's her first World Championships, the young lady that skis for Dragons Alpine Ski Club in Cardiff. She's had a varying success in the World Cup circuit as well as Fitzpatrick, so this is good. Keeping a nice clean line here with Jennifer Keogh leading the way as she comes into the last few gates before the line, dives forward as much as she can, and well, she'll actually end up finishing behind Manella. Her combined times 2:11. Sana need to be inside 41.92 at the one and only timing intermediate here. Needs to beat 2:07.92 altogether. You can see the clock starts from their original time. She's inside. And again, Eleanor Sana. Her guide is Chloe Sana, her sister. And the 19-year-old here in her second World Championships has got 2 medals already. Is she to get a third? 2:07.92 is very doable. She's got to get through this last few sections. And crosses. Wait for the official time to come up here. 2:08.80. So Manella with a very quick run in this slalom has guaranteed herself a medal. Now, Knight, 1 gold already. Time to test out your slalom run here in Tarvisio. You'll note, if you're just tuning in for the first time, certainly for the VI events, you'll notice the quiet around the venue. Even the speakers at the bottom of the hill all turned off. It's all about being able to communicate with the skier for the guide, and obviously any noise could be distracting. So the guide given every opportunity to assist the competitor down this course. And here you see Millie Knight weaving away, but she's dropping time. She started 6 seconds ahead. Milena's run is so good that she's already dropped 1.5 seconds here, but she should come well inside the time here through the final few gates. Good bit of weaving from Millie Knight, and she will cross in around about 2:03, I would imagine. 2:03.62, there you go. So there's the challenge for Henrietta Fakasova. This would be her second goal of the competition so far. You can see her just batting away the gates to try and take the shortest line. As long as she's inside the gate post, she's absolutely fine. And she looks sharp, Fakasova. And she's actually improving her time, so this is looking very impressive from the 30-year-old Slovakian. who, barring an error here, is en route to another gold. 2:03.62 to beat. That's the last of the really wide gates into the final flurry, and Farkasova will cross the line easily in gold medal position. So Henrietta Farkasova takes her second title here in Tarvisio. An embrace between Farkasova and Subatova, her guide, and they will have to get themselves ready to stand in gold medal position once again after another brilliant performance in the women's visually impaired medal group. Final standings on the screen now. Farkasova 1:58.89, the only person inside the 2-minute mark. Millie Knight getting silver, and well, Stacey Minella may have gone first because she was slowest over the Super G, but her skills in the slalom meant she did well enough to take the bronze. The standing event coming up next, so Petra Smazova should be first. And she is. So Smazova, first of our standing competitors, finished her first run in 1:20.67, the 26-year-old. Sixth at the last World Championships in this event. Smazova not struggling to make the gates at all. It's all about the speed you can get in between them. Again, you'll note just batting them away with relative ease as she comes across the line in 2:10.92. That gives everybody else something to aim at. So, Smazova is done now. Melanie Schwartz of the United States, single ski competitor. Using a vast amount of strength and balance, predominantly obviously on her left-hand side, having to maneuver the entire course with the aid of just one ski. If she can get back going, she's still actually within the gate. She has, but she'll struggle to pick up the pace. And a fall from Schwartz here. 31-year-old coming into the final flurry of gates, and across the line she goes, and you can sense from the body language the disappointment at going down on the run. Third out of the starting gates is Vinja Schmidt. Vinja lives in Davos in Switzerland, just 19. Her time this morning, 1:18.81. No use of poles due to her impairment for Vinja Schmidt. So again, the core of the work here in the legs, the hips, the abdomen. The fight to turn those skis. And Schmidt making her way through the course. Crosses the line in 2:17.10, so that actually puts her behind Smazova. And Smazova, it was a good performance. So this is the Romanian Valinu. Valinu getting off to a steady start. It's about getting yourself into that rhythm, of course. The problem with slalom is the gates come so thick, so fast. The moment you're out of it, it is such a struggle with the downhill and the Super G. You've got a little bit of distance and maybe some width between the gates as well that you can try and rectify it here. You're talking a matter of meters before you need to be across and through another gate. Into the final section comes the Romanian, Anvelinu. She'll go top for now. No, she'll go second. 3:46 behind Smazova. Next contestant from the US, this is Stephanie Jalen, 20-year-old from Pennsylvania, goes down and appears to be in quite some discomfort. She'll maneuver herself to the side, but Jalen is in some pain. Can sense that. So we'll try and bring you an update on Stephanie Jalen. So next on the mountain is Corradini. She's somewhere near the top. And here she is, making her way down. 15:33. We hope Stephanie Jalen is okay. We'll try and bring you some news on her a little bit later. Looked in discomfort as she went down. Corradini into the final section here. It's a very quick left, right. And Corradini goes second, but still behind Smazova. So the lady that goes first, because she came last earlier, has just 4 more people to knock her off the top. A bad run from one of these. Smazova might have a medal, and Jochumsen just struggling. Gains her composure. Keeps the balance, does Jochumsen. And she's ahead now. Some 5 seconds in still. She had a decent start anyway. She was already 5 and a bit ahead of Smazova from this morning. So she had a bit to play with. Smazova, if she stands a chance of taking a medal from so far back, would need an error from one of these last 4. Well, from 2 of them at least. And, Jochumsen goes top. But just look how good Smazova's time was. She'll be a real one to watch over the next few days when we come back to the action on Monday and Tuesday in the slalom. Her time is proving a difficult one to combat. But, Rothfuss starts 2.2 ahead of Jochumsen. She needs a decent run here to not lose any. And in fact, she's gaining more time as we go along. She's already 3 seconds up now. So Andrea Rothfuss, the 27-year-old from Frönstadt, silver in Sochi, second in the last 3 World Championships. Into the final few gates, ducks down as much as she can into the speedier position. And Rothfuss goes top, 2:03.13. Now, Alana Ramsey, there was only 0.11 between Ramsey and Rothfuss. What can Ramsey do here in the slalom event? Oh, she's got a bit sideways. She'll continue. But that could be the difference between a 0.11 straight away. doesn't look as smooth, and in fact she's already dropped a second, over a second off Roftus. You see the big difference between Ramsey's style and Roftus. Very smooth through the gates was Roftus. Ramsey, you can see, having to work very hard to get as close and as quick as she can.
A good team, the Canadian.
Into the final four. Ramsey will cross. Oh, it's second. 2:05.18. Roftus guaranteed silver. Ramsey will get at least a bronze. And Bochet started 2.24 seconds clear of the field. Five-time winner of golds at the last two World Championships. A decent run here, and she's actually improving her gap, her lead. A decent run here, and it will be number 3 without question. A fall looks like the only thing that will stop her here. O'Shea, having missed most of the season with her injury, turns up here in Italy and just looks phenomenal again. Just 22, don't forget, and inside the time she goes, just outside the 2-minute marker, she pumps her fist in the air because she has picked up her 3rd gold medal of these World Championships. Bochet on 2:63. Roftus in second, 2:03.13. Alana Ramsey gets yet another medal here at these World Championships, 2:05 for her. That is the top 3 in the standing competition of the women's super combined. So there'll be a slight gap here once we set for the sitting event. We'll bring you the start list for that in just a few moments' time. Okay, if you're just joining us, the anthem of these games is a reworked version of Sweet Caroline. I want to say Neil Diamond, probably wrong, but there you go. So Laurie Stevens will go first when we get to the start gates, and following on from that, Annalena Forster, Claudia Loesch, Momoka Muraoka of Japan, and they're all trying to catch Anna Schaffelhuber, who has what appears on paper to be an unassailable lead, but 1:09.79, Muraoka's time 1:13.25. You do the math, but it's fairly decent for Schaffelhuber to play with. Claudia Loesch may have been higher up the list had she not had a little error on one of the turns in her run this morning. The start gate being readied. And indeed, we are away, and as we said, the difference between the visually impaired events and the other 2 medal groups, the noise level is still quite high here at the finish line. The speakers entertaining the spectators. Now Laurie Stevens and Monoski, a completely different beast to what we've just seen, manoeuvring not only your body but the equipment below you as well, and turning it intricately, using the swivel of your midsection and upper body. And Stevens here making sure she finds the gates properly, and again, they'll get as close to them as they can, and if they hit them, they hit them. But as long as they go around the outside of it, they're fine. Stevens using the bluer ones to angle herself back for the red gates. At the moment, Laurie Stevens, 32-year-old, is about to set the fastest time. No accidents, so she'll come through these last four. It's tricky, but she'll get there and across the line in 2:21.36. She comes to a halt from her run. Welcome the second, which is Annalena Forster, or Al, as it says on the screen there. Annalena Forster is our second competitor out from the start gate. She was already 3.97 quicker than Stevens from this morning's Super G run. So in theory, she should go top with a decent run here. And she's impressing and stretching a lead already. Up to nearly 9 seconds quicker in her overall time. You fancy the medals, the three of them have got to be split between the four then. Forster, Loesch, Muraoka and Schaffelhuber. Forster was the silver medalist in Sochi. She just lunges towards the line. She's took 14.48 seconds out from Stevens. The battle is on then. How good was that from Forster? How high will it keep her? Here, Claudia Loesch starts 185 in front of Forster. But she'll know she has to push very hard if it's to be more than bronze here, because Muraoka and Schaffelhuber more so have good leads. And Loesch is indeed pushing hard, taking a gate post to the face there, but just carrying on, manoeuvring her way through. If you're watching this and thinking that doesn't hurt, well, it does. It does. Loesch, the 28-year-old from Vienna, 6th in the world, the gold in the Super G, silver in the downhill. And here, maneuvering her way through. She's lost a little bit of time on Forster. Can she go quick down this bottom end then? Keep the speed up. Maneuvering across the line. She's inside. She goes top, but only by 0.63. Forster's run was quick, but not quick enough as it stands. Now, this is Japan's Momoka Muraoka, the 19-year-old from Saitama. Bronze in the Super G. Got a bronze from the Giant Slalom in 2015 as well. She was 1:51 ahead of Claudia Loesch. Oh, that's dropped already. Nearly a second wiped away. Muraoka has got to pick up the pace here. Not necessarily just to get ahead of Loesch, but to stay ahead of Forster as well. Oh, a little wide. That's slowed her dramatically as well. Forster will be willing her to slow all the time here. Oh, very close to missing is Muraoka, and all these mistakes will slow her down. Coming towards the line, another little one there. And she's going to be outside of top. She's third. Well, Annalena Forster's run has put her in second still. Well, the leader going into this run was Schaffelhuber. She was some 4.97 ahead. There's a few slidey turns coming in here. The more sideways you get, the slower you make yourself. But she's maintaining that 4 and a bit lead. It's only dropped by 0.2 of a second, and again, barring a big error, Schaffelhuber should be safe here. Did the damage with the Super G course run. And Schaffelhuber just taking it nice and steady, making sure she nails the gates, making sure she gets towards the line. 2:06.25 to beat, and Schaffelhuber with a little wobble towards the end. In fact, didn't take it easy at all, did she? She turned the screw and comes over in 5:98 under 2 minutes, 0.27. Why take it easy when you can absolutely smash it? And that's just what Anna Schaffelhuber of Germany has done. It's a German 1 and 3. Loesch sandwiched in the middle, settles on silver. Great run from Forster. It forced herself into the podium positions. Muraoka just dropping out after a decent run this morning.
Della classifica ufficiosa al termine della prova setting. Possiamo vedere la lista di partenza ora della gara maschile, disabili visivi.
One for the locals, certainly. Next up then, Giacomo Bertagnoli at the bottom of your screen here. 1:05.75, the quickest of the men's visually impaired athletes in this medal group to cross the line in the Super G part of this super combined event. How will his slalom fare? Well, it's his second Worlds here. He had a bronze on Thursday. Can he follow it on Saturday with a gold? Well, we'll have to wait a little while to see that. Jon Santacana Mestegui of Spain, from San Sebastian to be more precise, the 36-year-old, bronze at the last World Championships, found himself last after the Super G round. He will need every bit of his experience, the bright yellow hand guards and shin guards as well. Again, imagine trying to follow a guide through such an intricate, windy course with an impaired vision to boot. That's exactly what Santacana is doing beautifully well. He'll get to the line, and Santacana, his overall time will be... It'll be read out by me in just a moment. I'll tell you what it was in a second. Coming up next is Kresel of Poland. Maciej Kresel. Santacana's overall time is 1:57.20. So, that's what Kresel will need to be. Kresel's first run was 1:13.23. It was only 1/10 of a second quicker than Jon Santacana Mestegui. And Kresel's protective equipment, luminous green instead. So there goes Kresel, lunging towards the line as you often see them do so, and he finds himself some 4.67 seconds back from Santacana. So that's Kresel's race run. Next, Batham. 32 on his bib. Time of 1:12.04 for the 58-year-old this morning. His guide is Cade Yamamoto. It's an all-American outfit, that, isn't it? Stripes and stars. He's just having to work really hard to make the turns and follow the guide. Such a difficult pattern to form, and well, Batum gets to the bottom, and he finds himself in third. A heck of a workout for the American. So Miroslav Hraeus of Slovakia on press off. Choosing the green protective equipment. A little slide from the Slovakian. His guide and he moving through this very quickly, I would have to say. And he started 3.69 up on Santa Cana. This is a quick run so far from the Slovakian. This is the section where you can slow if you are struggling, but this is quick from Hraeus. Really is. Oh, too quick though. Well, he was going very well, it has to be said, and he lets out a yelp of disapproval. Wow. That opens up the medal hunt, doesn't it, a little bit? Santa Cana will sit top still. I will tell you that Hraeus was flying, absolutely flying, and I think that is where the major disappointment will be for him. Just caught an inside edge. So, Robin Burton, Chris Tatsuno, his guide. Well, Burton to try and put in a decent time. He starts some 3:92 ahead of Santa Cana, and with the speed of Hraeus' run coming to an abrupt end, it's a chance for these guys to get themselves onto the podium. He's lost a lot of his speed, though, and a lot of his advantage over Santa Cana. It was a good run from the Spaniard. So he has clawed his way back, and at the moment, Burton needs to find a little bit of pace over these final few gates. Coming to vision through our commentary box window now, Burton. And the 34-year-old, into the final four gates he comes. Squats down as low as he can into a ball. He goes second. There's a smile there. Jakub Krakow is next. So Krakow, Super G gold in Sochi and a slalom silver. Got a silver in the Super G on Thursday here. A former Paralympic Games, Winter Paralympic Games champion from Vancouver, and he's already first. In fact, he's improving. He had a 5-second advantage over Santa Cana, which was fine. He's actually took that to 5:21, just short of 0.2 of a second he's gained. So Krakow, his job now will be to push home that advantage. He's just slowed through a wide gate there. This is where his compatriot came unstuck at this next one. But no such problem for Krakow as he goes across. Just lost a little bit towards the end, but 1:52.28, 4.92 in front of Santa Cana. The next two will decide whether the Spaniard gets a medal or not. Krakow is guaranteed one. Now, Mac Marcoux with Jack Leach. You mentioned the last few days. Leak's the new coach for the new season, and it brought massive success over the first two events. Can they do the damage here? He's fallen behind Krakow. Marcoux was only fractionally behind, or in front, should I say, at the beginning of this, just 2 100ths, and he's dropped nearly 7 tenths, or over 7 tenths. Can he pull it back over these last few gates? That's going to be close, you know. Oh, he's done it. 151.97.31 in front of Krakow. What a brilliant bottom end from Marcoux. And the pressure is on this young man. The 18-year-old Giacomo Bertagnoli. The crowd at the bottom of this hill will be holding their breath for the entirety of this run. Can he deliver them a gold here in Tarvisio? It's Marcoux, Krakow, Santa Cana as it stands. Bertagnoli, he had a 2.5 second lead. He's still got it here. A big mistake would be the game changer. Bertagnoli. Four to come. One line. He's done it, you know. I'm absolutely sure he's done it. He has 150.49. And Giacomo Bertagnoli wins gold here in Italy in the men's super combined visually impaired. And look at the joy. Look at the joy. Bertagnoli here in Tarvisio, world champion. Well, Giacomo Bertagnoli has our announcer. Can't see him, but I'm pretty sure he's doing cartwheels out the way, out to the back of where I'm sat. Brilliant performance, not only this morning, but that was a decent run as well. He's finished 1.48 in front of the man who'd already picked up the first 2 medals in the visually impaired category, but it'll be Bertagnoli who takes this one. Coming up next, the standing event for the men's super combined. Braden Luscombe will come first. And, here he comes then. So we're not messing about here. Thick and fast is the action. Oh, too thick and too fast for Luscombe. Luscombe is down. The ski unattaches itself from the binding, and Luscombe hits the deck. And again, we hope he's okay. Seems a little pain. So we'll turn our attentions to the rest of the ball. We hope Braden Luscombe is okay. Try and get a report on those injuries a little bit later on, if we can. Next up, Nico PyeongChang. PyeongChang is waiting at the top at the start gate to be part of the competition once again. Luscombe there making his way from the course, making his way unaided as well, so we Hope that that's an indication that he's not too sore, not too injured. So Salka with the quickest time. There are 5 to come after him who had slower times. Next out. 1:10.29 this morning. And he will set the benchmark time now. There was only 0.1 of a second between he and Luscombe this morning anyway.
Nico PyeongChang. Let's see here in the last gate, the Austrian
comes through the final 3 gates and again squeezes himself into as small a bowl as he could. Acknowledges the crowd as the noisy Austrian spectators get behind him. He crosses in 1:59.79 as a combined time. Now Kivari has 0.27 of a lead over Przancic from this morning's run. The 16-year-old Finn picking up experience all the time. Alpine Ranta.
Frankrijk, Hiraku Misawa, Japan, die top 3. Daarachter il Super G, i primi 3 dopo il Super Gigante di questa mattina.
16-year-old
vediamo
enjoying this slalom element and lunges across the line. In fact, he started 0.27 in front of Przancic. That's a good run. He's now 4.83 quicker. Wirtz was 0.4 quicker than Kivari. Let's see what the Austrian can do. The 22-year-old, 7th in Sochi at this event. And himself disqualified, and he's also finding himself losing that 0.4 gap, just 0.5, 5/100ths of a second. He's all that remains of the hard work he put in this morning to be ahead of Kivari. Can he find a quick path through the bottom end of this run? Lunging, and he's second. So Kivari's run was good. It was nearly a second too good for Wirtz. So Wirtz wants to go into second. Next up now, Christoph Bernhard Schneider. Schneider, the 24-year-old. A 10th place finish in 2015 for Schneider. Started with a 1.2 second advantage over Kivari. So the young Finn wouldn't be surprised to see his lead go here. But it might not, because Schneider has dropped to 0.22 behind. Last 4 makes quick work of them. And Kivari stays where he is. Schneider comes through 1.97 behind. He's behind Wirtz as well, so the 3 Austrians now are in a line. That allows us to introduce Adam Hall of New Zealand. He had a 1.81 lead over Kivari. 29-year-old from Dunedin. A slalom gold medal winner back in 2010. He was 4th in Sochi in this event. And his 1.81 has dropped to just 0.11. I'm starting to look forward to Kivari in the slalom events.
a Tarvisio.
And the 16-year-old at the bottom of the hill will be enjoying his experience here. And I don't think Hall's going to knock him off either. It's going to be close. Nope. Kivili stays where he is. So Adam completes his run. Thomas Walsh, United States next. Again, this is debut World Championship for 21-year-old. He's throwing himself through the gates here. Oh, too much. Down he goes. Too much from Walsh, and he's scampering up the mountain. And I think he wants to carry on, because he hasn't technically missed it yet. There you go. Do you know what? Why not? He may as well get the practice in. So Walsh scampers up the mountain. He was never going to win a medal, you'd imagine. So I can only believe that the process here is to make sure that he gets as much exposure to the course and to the mountain as possible. So good spirit from Walsh. And he crosses the line to complete his run, inevitably in last position, but he'll have had his own reasons for continuing his run. Now Martin France of Slovakia. Martin's working Sochi on playback a little bit earlier on. There's no use of poles for Martin France, so he was 2.12 up on Kivili at the start of this run. He finds himself dropping back like everybody else here. A real example of how quick Kivili was in the opening stages of this slalom run. And the Finn stays top. This is run number 8. Can France find enough to sneak back in front of Kivili over the last few meters? Real scamper to the line, but no. Martin France drops into 4th. Challenge the young Finn. It's Kurt Schornstein, who medalled in the opening day, got a little bit erratic there. Another that uses no poles. Schornstein, like France, maneuvering his way through, using the forearm and the upper arm section of his body to guide his way round. And he's dropped a second already, but 1:30 might still be enough for him to get above Kivili. Oh, he slowed himself down a little there. Should have the pace, though. Schornstein looking good in these last few meters, and that should be the end of Kivili's reign at the top, and it is by 0.87. Kurt Schornstein goes to the top. I'm sure the young Finn would have enjoyed the ride while it lasted. Mitchell Gawley now. Australian that resides in Montreal. He's in a quest for his first medal. He's been so close. 4th in the downhill this week. It's his 5th Worlds. He came 5th in Sochi. And he's had a great start here. He's 0.33 ahead of Schornstein from the first run this morning. Between these posts. The Australian delivering. Oh, lunging. 2.5 seconds he's put between himself and Schornstein, and he just needs to see how much that will give him. Will it be enough to last out for a medal? A lot of very, very good competitors left to come. Rumont, the French youngster, the 17-year-old. It's his first World Championships.
What do we get for that? A golden mallet?
7th in the Super G. Started 0.45 ahead, and he's already dropping. So Gawley will stay top, you'd imagine. 2 seconds Wimont was behind at that intermediate section. The young Canadian readies himself to come underneath the finish banner at the finish line. And he drops down to 7th, Wimont here. Kusch of Switzerland, Robin Kusch had a 0.63 advantage over Gawley at the start gate. But as we've just seen with Wimont, that advantage can soon be wiped out, and it has done again. Kusch not able to navigate this course as quickly as Gawley or Schornstein at the moment, and Kusch working hard to make the gates, working hard to get down to the bottom of this hill. And he will be second. He got inside Schornstein. Robin Kusch sits in second for now. Misawa. 106.14 this morning. So he has a 1.21 advantage over Gawley at the top of this hill. How will that fare? He's down. So Misawa struggling to find the pace that the Australian did. Can he get in front of Robin Kusch? Ooh, getting a little bit sideways there, Misawa. The 29-year-old comes towards the line, and the man from Matsutomo, he's 4th, dropped behind Kusch and Schornstein in the end. We'll take a look at the big screen and realise he's 4th. Robin Kusch still in the finish area. This is Bauchet. Arthur Bauchet. Oh, it's a mistake from the youngster. A little too keen. He had a 1.69 lead here, Bauchet. And the 16-year-old that's been showing us how good a talent he is comes up with a little error, and it's a big error. He now finds himself nearly 4 seconds back on Gawley here. And with only Markus Salcher really that you would expect to put the pressure on, Gawley might just find his first medal coming. Bauchet. He's going to be well behind here. And he's going to be disappointed, as you can see that. The head going. I can't imagine the words he's using. They'll be in French. That much I'll give you. So, Bauchet disappointed with that. Now it's Markus Salcher. 2.45 his advantage over Gawley. Salcher, the speed expert. Silver in 2015. Did the downhill and Super G double in Sochi. He's done that here as well at the Worlds, and he's dropping time. Mitchell Gawley will remain at the top here. Salcher struggling to make the course his own. Robin Kusch in second, Schornstein in third. Can Salcher affect any of those times? He was down in 4th at the last time check. Markus Salcher, 3rd. Oh, Schornstein dropping out by 0.28. Now then, Groche. Five to come, including Groche. Groche's flying here. He's took a hefty whack a fair few times. He's not about to let that stop him. He was 5:33 down from this morning. He's dropping down still further. But he's, tell you what, you can't fault him for effort here. Groche crosses the line in 1:57.58. So as expected, he doesn't affect the scoreboard when it comes to the medals at least. This is PyeongChang. Belgian. Just getting a little wide. Just PyeongChang. Just 24, lives in Magedal. His third Worlds, he's dropped from 6:08 back to 7:93. So, currently that would leave him in 15th position. Jordan Broussin, he's readying himself at the start gate. And PyeongChang crosses in 2:02. He slings his arms in the air. Next up, Broussin. Broussin is 23. Grenoble. 6.25 deficit coming into this run. He's seen that move up to 8.33 from Gawley. And well, I wrote down here, quest for his first medal at a World Championships, Mitchell Gawley. If you're going to get one, why not get a gold? Well done, Mitchell Gawley. He's having a good week. He was close at the downhill. He came fourth. And with two more to come, he knows he's guaranteed a medal. And the odds are that it will be the gold. This is Miroslav Ledinsky. 787 back from Gawley. And 44-year-old maneuvering himself down the run. 12th in Sochi. 9th place finish last time out in 2015. Not been his day for this Super Combined at all. His second Worlds. First time doing Super Combined, mind you. So, Ledinsky crosses the line. And I think there's a little smile in there somewhere. Final competitor for the standing Super Combined for the men is Davide Bendotti. I can hear the cheers from outside the room for the Italian. And Giacomo Bertagnoli's name been given a mention for not the first or last time today here at the bottom of the mountain in Tarvisio. Bendotti, just a little stumble, but he's kept it together as Bendotti And the 22-year-old crosses the line in 17th position. And Bendotti finishes his super combined event. So Mitchell Gawley picks up goal, 150-151. And the Australian takes his first title from a World Championships, and he takes it in the men's super combined. Luscombe with a DNF right at the start. Robin Kusch gets another medal, he's on there. And Salka having to settle for bronze, having led into the second run. So on the screen now is the start list for the sitting event. A fair few fallers, it was safe to say, this morning. This is Joshua Elliott of the United States, and he goes down. Has he kept enough? He has. He's managed to keep himself in the gates, but so an early faller taking a tumble was Elliott, but he's kept it going. He started over 6 seconds back from Corey Peters anyway. So Elliott putting in a run here. The 35-year-old from Washington. And Elliott comes into the final few gates, crosses the line, and just adjusts himself. His combined event now. Here's the Langen. 0.18 advantage over Elliott anyway. It's for De Langen to try and find a speedy route through. He's worked a 3-second lead in here, De Langen. Really throwing himself into the turns as well. A bit wide this time around, would have liked to have been a little narrower. Into the final quick weavy section before crossing in 1:56.80 as a combined time, so took 5 and a bit seconds off of Elliott. This is Marcus Ratterhofer. Ratterhofer from Salzburg. Just a 0.36 lead over De Langen as he came out of the gates, and I will tell you, he's already slower. You can see it visibly. Unless he can find an area to pick up the pace. In fact, he's opened it up. He was slower through one of those sections, but certainly turned on the throttle now. Another that is just throwing himself into the turns. Got quite sideways there. Won't want to do that too often. Got to keep your momentum. But it is ever so technical and tricky. So Ratterhofer coming down. Will he get inside the time set by De Langen? He will. But only just by 0.47 in the end, 1:56.33. Away comes Mark Sawyer then, the Australian. His compatriot has just picked up a gold. Will that spur him on? Sawyer, 38-year-old from Melbourne. And he takes the tumble. And Sawyer can't quite get back to the gate to continue his run as we've seen with a couple of the others. So that is Sawyer's day done. Yasmin Bamba will be up next for America. And you can see the disappointment from Sawyer, just the amount of talking to himself that's going on inside that helmet is quite visible. And Sawyer making his way down to a safe area. Yasmin Bamba being asked if he's ready. A nod from Bamba and he sets off. So Bamba, 47 years of age, sliding through a couple of the opening gates and with a 1.56 advantage over Kvaterhofer at the start. Would hope to get down here and take the lead in the contest so far. His lead is shortened, but only to 0.93, so if we can keep this going. This is the wider section. Get something wrong here and you really can take the pace out of it. Oh, and the sides. And he'll come through the final. Again, another one that just looks up to the sky. I can only imagine him shouting why. So this is Natsumi of Japan. There's a 2.46 second advantage over Kvaterhofer. So Natsumi, 43-year-old. Plodding away, he's dropped the time already. He's already down on the Austrian. So Natsumi just about making it down to the bottom now. A couple of sharp turns in and just getting off balance. If he can get upright, he hasn't missed the gate theoretically. And he hasn't, he's made it now. So Natsumi will get to finish his run. But again, an error means Kvaterhofer stays top. Look at the pace of this man. This is Tyler Walker stretching for every gate here. Sliding into them. Walker, the 30-year-old. 7th in 2015. He's got a 2.67 advantage at the start of the run. Oh, and he misses the gate. He was actually keeping that 2.5 second gap quite nicely. And if looks could kill, I imagine, because he just took a really slow look back up the hill. Oh dear, Tyler Walker out. Jesper Pedersen then. This is the 17-year-old Norwegian from Bergen. He's only got 6 people after him here. Set a good time, and who knows? And I mean that. He's extending his lead over Kvaterhofer. That's the best thing he can do here. Get down this mountain and push as hard as you can, because the 6 behind you, there's no guarantees that they won't DNF as well. Pedersen extending his lead to nearly 3 seconds. Kvaterhofer's lead and his time at the top looks to be coming to an end here. Pedersen, oh, he just about squeezed through there. 2.25. He takes the lead. Pedersen leads. This is Takeshi Suzuki. 5 to come after him. Suzuki only had a second lead on Pedersen, so a slight slip, and the Norwegian will come back into play. Oh, this is good from Suzuki. He's extending his lead over Pedersen. And again, he'll have the same mindset. Just 5 to come after me. Get to the top of the pile now, and there is a chance I can get out of Tarvisio with a medal. Suzuki fighting hard to get through every one of these gates. 1:54.08 is not the time he needs on the clock. And he's going to do it, you know. Oh, good stuff from Suzuki. 1:52.70. The 28-year-old goes to the top. Now, this is Taiki Mori. Gold medal winner in 2013. The 36-year-old looking to win back a World Championship gold medal. Was 0.53 clear of Suzuki after the Super G run. Will he extend it or will he lose it? He's extending it to 0.79. Now starts the slightly wider gates. This is the real workhorse part of the course. Don't get it sideways. Don't fall on your side. And don't take too much of your speed away. And it doesn't look like Mori is doing. Got to get to 1:52.70 as he comes into the final 4 gates. He should be good for it. He is 0.41 though. He was made to sweat towards the end. So Japan 1 and 2. Pedersen in 3rd now. 4 to come, including this man, Robert Rebel, the Austrian, the 25-year-old bronze medal winner from Sochi. Starts outside of the medals, just 0.39 ahead of Mori. Can Rebel find the speed to open up a gap? Not only on Mori. No, he's fallen behind. The Austrian, at the moment, he will sit behind the 2 Japanese contestants here. And Mori and Suzuki at the moment look in control. 3 to come after Rebel. I'll be interested to see where he comes here. This is going to be outside 3rd. Pedersen gets knocked off the perch. Now then, Jeroen Kamscher. Jeroen Kamscher starts 0.61 ahead of Mori. It was tight coming out of the first run. The top 4 were only separated by a second. Kamscher, he's dropped a bit, but he's still in front. Can he find the speed through this slower section to hold the advantage or stretch it? Or will he too drop behind Mori here? 1:52.29 to beat. Looks good from Kamscher, to be honest. Just needs to stay on his ski. Flicks through the final few gates. He's in by a second. Kamscher will win a medal here. But what colour will it be? Christoph Kunz. The 34-year-old giant slalom winner from Sochi. No real success in Super Combined. Didn't start with much of a lead over Kamscher. Needs to attack each and every one of these gates with as much speed as he can. He's dropping out of the medals. Christoph Kunz. Oh, and an awkward slide there to slow the pace as well. And again, the rhythm that Kamstra got through that section, the 17-year-old from Liderdorp has just one person now that can stop him from taking a World Championship gold medal at the first attempt. Well, here we go then. Corey Peters. His advantage is just 0.07. Oh, Peters falls. Jeroen Kamstra gets himself gold. Peters slams the ground, and dramatic way to finish the run here. Corey Peters, furious with himself, speeds down the mountain to get to the bottom, but he will not clock up a time here. Absolutely furious with himself. But Jeroen Kamstra, just 17. What a performance from him over the two runs. And the young Dutchman takes the title of men's super combined here at the World Paralympic Skiing Championships. So there is the official results. Kamstra's time, 1:51.25. Mori and Suzuki, it's a double medal for Japan as well. Brilliant stuff, and there he is, Jeroen Kamstra. Well, we'll see all of our medal winners in the victory ceremony area a little bit later on. Another fantastic day here in Tarvisio. Once again, if you want to follow us, you can do Para Alpine for all your social media needs. Get yourself on www.paralympic.org/alpine skiing for lots more information about the sport as well. A fascinating day, drama and spills galore here at Tarvisio. We'll be back in a few moments' time with the medal ceremonies.
Sweet Carolina, sweet Tarvisio.
Look at the night and the
And the end of the Super Combine, we have only one disqualification, number 15. Time published 15:26. Deadline 15:41. Thank you. Protest time 50 minutes. Exactly 15:41 is the deadline.
jet ski, et là tu vestis. T'as le temps de plaire, je suis en manque de rayon solaire, l'air de rien. Je suis le genre de gars à qui il faut sa dose de sun et sa part de fun. Détraqué, je suis avec une pointe de fun. Ay Dios mio, mais ça devient loco. Pas de chaleur en vue, mais putain c'est frio. Je suis comme ça, j'y peux rien, pur méditerranéen. Fier de l'être, au moins y'en a un. Sur ce morceau, je prends mon pied, je me fais un kiff trop stylé. Si t'es pas dans ma boîte filée, sur un air de salsa, via Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominicana et Las Malas. No limit, yo, no limit, yo. Hola, quoi, mais le carreau voilà, balayons tel un ouragan chaque fera. L'alliance en tournée, stop sur une seule place, stop pour une vraie fois donc stop, on s'arrête là. Muchacha, mira, sombre tu viens là, petit à petit, step by step. Plus de monde, c'est donc plus de bon. Plus de gens sur une track qui grondent. Et puis t'es qui toi, t'es qui là? Je bois pas, je fume pas, je kiffe Cuba. Mais le cigare, je smoke pas. Révolutionnaire, reste-toi, appelle-moi Che. Pas de limite, la preuve écoute ça. J'ai plus de style qu'une diva au Brésil. Mon flow frappe fort comme la frappe de Ronaldo. Malgré ça, go, je kiffe Rio. Étoile 51 solo. Porto Rico, loin de Porto Vecchio. Porto Rico, directo. Santo Domingo, fiesta, gogo. Alliance kiffe ça, absorbe ça. Pro du clando, pro du style, pista, pista. Et on dit quoi? Bad comeback. Yeah, yeah. C'est comme ça, il parle comment? Yeah. Todos, todos. Yeah, yeah. Donc c'était l'alliance une fois de plus, encore rien que pour toi. Pur remix salsa.
Sueño cuando era pequeño, sin preocupación en el corazón. Sigo viendo aquel momento, se desvaneció, desapareció. Ya no te creo, ya no te deseo.
Okay. We invite all the medalists approaching the podium. Thank you for the victory ceremony. We invite all the medalists getting to the podium for the official victory ceremony. Thank you. qualche minuto iniziamo la cerimonia di premiazione della super combinata, terza gara in programma dei mondiali di parasci alpino Tarvisio 2017. Exactly in a couple of minutes we can introduce the victory ceremony of Tarvisio 2017 World Alpine Ski Championship Super Combine, third race of the week. E da qualche minuto andremo ad annunciare i 6 podi della super combinata. Approfittiamo per ringraziare ancora una volta le scuole che ci hanno raggiunto oggi, da Gradisca di Sonzo e da Civitale del Friuli, e grazie anche ai rappresentanti del comune di Ronchi, dei legionari che sono venuti oggi a Tarvisio in occasione della terza giornata di gare con la super combinata. Dopo la discesa il Super G, domani riposo, vi ricordo, alle ore 18 in piazza Tarvisio il sorteggio dei pettorali per il gigante di lunedì 30 e martedì 31 l'ultima giornata con lo slalom. Please, we invite all the medalists getting to the podium area for the victory ceremony. Please, we invite all the medalists getting the victory ceremony area. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we introduce Tarvisio 2000. Please welcome
And
the
well,
medalists
we will start with the women's VI category as we do normally. So
from Slovakia,
we're looking at the United States of America's Stacey Manella, Great Britain's Millie Knight. It's a second medal for her already. 18-year-old and only turned 18 earlier on in January as well, so a very exciting prospect for Great British Para-Alpine skiing indeed. Well, Manella is only 20, the lady from New York. She got herself the bronze. Brilliant, brilliant second run.
Bronze medal representing USA. Stacey Manella.
Manella receiving the medal. Her guide on the run was Sadie DeBout. So DeBout getting a medal as well.
Silver medal representing Great Britain,
Millie Knight.
And the guy is
What a prospect she is for Great Britain. So I'm sure that won't be the last medal that she ever receives. So Dmitry Lazarovsky, the head of World Para Snow Sports, he's the man presenting the medals. He's the one of the rarities braving it without a hat as well. To be fair, it is a lot warmer today than it has been in recent days. And he gets to present the gold medal to Slovakia's Henrietta Farkasova. Gold, number 2 from 3 for Farkasova so far. And she's making it quite a habit.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please
gold
rise
for Farkasova.
for the national anthem of the winner. Signori e signori, l'inno nazionale della Slovacchia.
So Farkasova too strong with a 1:58.89 combined time inside 2 minutes. The only one of the competitors to do so. Alana Sana and Mena Fitzpatrick finishing in 4th and 5th position. So the medals handed out in the women's visually impaired super combined event already.
now, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce the victory ceremony for the women standing. Please welcome
So next up, the standing event. Alana Ramsey of Canada, Germany's Andrea Rothus, and Maria Brochet, who is no stranger to the podium. She's no stranger to you or I. And, well, what a talent this lady is. 22 years of age. And she is smashing up the medal collection. Every event, hanging something around her neck has become a pastime. Effortless skiing, returning from that injury at the beginning of the season, unable to race throughout most of it, and here she is just turning up in Italy and putting everybody else to the sword, as the saying goes. So, well, Ramsey, the 22-year-old herself from Calgary, she's getting used to medals. That's 3 for her, 2 bronze and a silver.
silver medal representing
The lady from Calgary collects yet another. Now Andrea Rothus is no stranger to medals either. 3-time Paralympian. She's medalled in all of those Paralympics. And here she medals and comes second in this event for the 4th straight World Championships.
a new world champion representing France, Marie Bochet.
Well, Thursday was her 13th world gold. That's 14. 14 at the age of 22. Amazing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the national anthem of the winner. Signore e signori, l'inno nazionale della Francia. Congratulations
So
to
Maria
the
Bochet
medalists.
collects the applause, the photos, and indeed the gold medal for the women's super combined standing event. The next ceremony up, of course, will be the sitting event. And just 5 completing the event.
Grazie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce the
Will go
victory
to
ceremony
Annalena
for
Foster.
women sitting. Please,
Claudia Loesch will collect silver, and the second athlete from Germany will be the one in the middle. Anna Schachelhuber collects yet another medal for herself as well. Silver on Thursday. The Sochi gold medal winner wins the super combined here at the Tarvisio World Para Alpine Skiing Championships as well. 23-year-old collecting gold, but a great performance from Annalena Forster. A brilliant run in the slalom event, Forster, the 21-year-old. Silver behind Schaffelhuber in Sochi. Picks up bronze this time around. And, well, Claudia Loesch collecting silver. Huber, 23-year-old, won the title in 2011. 2 silvers and a bronze since then at World Championship level. But roll forward 6 years and Schaffelhuber has herself another gold.
Signori e signori, l'inno nazionale della Germania. Congratulations to the medalists!
So that's the third of the ladies' medal ceremonies that we have for you. And Schaffelhuber picking up gold. So we'll make way for the men's medals events in just a moment.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce the victory ceremony, men visually impaired. Representing Slovakia.
So the men's visually impaired event. Well, Mac Marcoux picked up both the speed gold medals, didn't he, on the first 2 days of competition, but couldn't emulate it this time round. Jakub Krakow was superb in his run to find a podium place. Marcoux was quicker than him, but I tell you what, the roar around this place for Giacomo Bertagnoli is going to be special. Very, very special. He's already celebrating. He cannot wait to get another medal around his neck, but this time it's a World Championship medal. The locals will be delighted. Bronze for Krakow, the Slovakian from Zelina, the former champion from Vancouver. He and his guide, Branislav Brosman, picking up the medal there.
Representing Canada, Mac Marcoux and the guy Jack Leach.
So Marcoux and his new guide. It's 3 medals out of 3 for the pair of them. 2 gold and a silver in the opening 3 competition days. Got to be happy with that.
Gold medal.
But listen for this roar.
World champion.
Giacomo Bertagnoli.
Campione del mondo dall'Italia, Giacomo Bertagnoli. Con la guida Tarvisio Italia.
The Italian in Italy, crowned world champion. And oh, might he look happy.
And now please rise, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, for the national anthem of the winner. Signore e signori, l'inno nazionale d'Italia.
So it's the first time we've heard the Italian national anthem here in these World Para-Alpine Skiing Championships. But with Giacomo Bertragnoli on the slalom event, giant slalom to come, have they unearthed a little gem here, the 18-year-old? Song of the Italians, sung by the Italians. Inno di Mameli. And that is the men's VI medal ceremony completed.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce the victory ceremony of the men standing.
Men's standing event will be next.
From Switzerland, Robin
Kusch getting a big cheer. Markus Salcher of Austria picking up that bronze, and very happy Mitchell Gawley. I went and spoke to him after the event. You can hear or read some of Mitchell's thoughts on the IPC website a little bit later on. But Mitchell's main reaction was relieved. He said, I'm relieved. I've been to so many events, stood on so many podiums, but at the World Championship, I'm just relieved to finally get one. And what a one it was, a gold. He had to wait though. A fair few runners down the mountain after him. But they all ended up being runners-up after him as well. But Markus Salcher, silver for him. Combined time of 1:53.81. Robin Kusch 1:53.15. So not a great deal between Kusch and Salcher at the end. But the Australian says he finds the middle of the course in the last few days a little bit difficult. He said, because I'm a smaller guy, he said. But He said the slalom start, loved it, absolutely loved it. And you can see on his face soon. And PyeongChang, Alpine skiing super combined champion.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the national anthem of the winner. Signore e signori, l'inno nazionale dell'Australia. Congratulations to the medalists!
The medalists for the standing event. Which means there's just one more medal ceremony to come here tonight. And that will be the men's super combined sitting event. And if you think PyeongChang has got a big smile, wait until you see Jeroen Kamscher. Again, I went and had a chat with him. He was on the phone, I think calling home. From what I could gather, his teammates around him had passed him a phone to call. And he was ecstatic. And the great thing was, I asked him what he felt about the next 2 days to come. And talk about a confident 17-year-old. Jeroen Kamscher, as he's quite happy to tell the rest of the field, you better be careful, I'm coming. So Kamscher sat in the middle. It'll all be alien to him, but it's bronze with Takeshi Suzuki. I have to share a hotel with the Japanese team. This could be an interesting evening. They've been very lively down in the hotel already. A couple of medals here. And the second one goes to Taiki Mori.
Gold medal, and you were champion, representing Netherlands, Jeroen Kamscher.
So Kamscher, the gold medal winner, just 17 in front of Mori, in front of Suzuki, in front of the rest. He is the world champion.
Congratulations to the medalists. allora vi ricordo, rimanete con noi qui al parterre per Tarvisio 2017 affreschi con Max 80 DJ. Keep staying with us.
Suzuki Mori, the Japanese team, a medal apiece for those.
Champions Party affreschi with Max 80
The young man in the middle.
Thank you.
It's just the start of his journey. A first world gold. And a real world athlete ready to take on the rest of the field in the slalom events in 2 days' time. Well, that concludes all of the action for today and the ceremonies, of course, here at the World Para-Alpine Skiing Championships of 2017. Don't forget to join us on Monday and Tuesday for the slalom and giant slalom events. That young man is off to take the limelight. So too Bertagnoli of Italy. A hometown gold will be much celebrated, I'm sure. But from all of us here in Tarvisio, have a very good evening, and we hope to have you back on Monday as we start the final 2 days of the World Para-Alpine Skiing Championships.
Sweet Caroline, sweet Tarvisio.